He ain't gonna keep it real with you, man. Where's Brittany? Huh? So you're a mystery. Understand this, Josh. We're live on the YouTube. I'll save this for the show. Are we live on the Facebook, man? Is this better? You got me all the way over here? Go caca. Huh? I don't see me on that Facebook. Is Facebook still a thing? Is Facebook dying? Because I don't do TikTok. I don't even really mess with it. But do you do TikTok? Do you, Noah? Do you? Do you? TikTok?
Hell yeah.
See, I'm unknown in too many places. And that's not a good thing. Okay, I see. I don't know why I can't get on here. This is very frustrating. But I'll get started, everybody. Good. It's Wednesday. Is it already Wednesday? Damn. This week is going by faster than last week. And last week, Keita, what's shaking, friend? Last week went by extremely fast. Do me a favor. Get on like, comment, share the stream. Because today we're going to talk about something that I'm very focused and I'm very, very energized when this topic comes up. So stick around. Today we'll start the show every single day with 60 seconds of gratitude. And who here would like to say what they can be thankful for this morning?
Thankful I have you to hold me accountable with.
Oh, okay. I like that. Josh said he's thankful that he's got me to help hold him accountable. A lot of people don't like accountability. I feel like a company and people either thrive or die based on accountability or lack of it. So, good morning, Travis. Hope you feel better. Travis sent me a text this morning saying he's sick. I hope you don't have the sickness that we've had around here before, because we've had some sick-ass people around here. Right? I'm thankful I'm not sick. Pruitt, thank you for getting on. Did you share the stream? How many Facebook friends? I would love it if I could meet some more of your Facebook friends. Josh says he loves this time. Brittany Hall, where are you at this morning? I'm looking over there, and Josh is in your seat. He's filling your void. I don't like it when we don't know where you are. That's what we were talking about this morning to begin the show. I was talking about how week one is when they're in mystery. I asked Josh, where's Brittany?
I don't know.
He's in mystery. And just understand how much power you lose. Just bam, like that when you don't know something. Hayden, where are you right now? Does Hayden know where he is right now? Well, I was talking to him about this. She's at a showing. Hey, have you trained her right?
Oh, yeah, but that's why she's at a showing.
That's why she's at a showing. Okay, that's good. So Josh did not know that. See, if Josh knew where you are, he would be growing his awareness. And if you want to grow your company, if you want to grow who you are and make more money, you've got to expand awareness. Like I'm always asking, where are you? Where are you? Because I want to know things. I don't want to be in mystery. Do you want to be in mystery?
No.
It's the worst thing ever. Especially when you're like 50 and you're with your wife and you've had a few drinks. You know what I'm talking about, don't you, Van? Oh, yeah. You don't want to be in mystery. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sometimes.
It'll happen to you one of these days. All right, if you're watching, again, like, comment, share the stream. I'm really talking about financial literacy right now. So if you've got any questions, statements, hey, if you want to contribute to this show, say, hey, dude, you're a dumbass. Shannon Wheeler, the man that runs Premier Mortgage Group, he's a guy that can help get your money right. He's somebody that I'm starting to lean on to get more information about how can I get money to work for me. Because the way I was raised, the way my family told me how to do things is if you need to pay off debts. You need to save money. But that's not how rich people think. I've been wired for most of my life I've got the wrong belief system when it comes to money. So I've got to unlearn information that I believe to be true, to be factual, that will lead to success. I know how to get to a certain limit. I've got to change that. So the way you do that is you get information. You need to go to other people and say, hey, man, how did you do that? Like one day I brought Bradley into this very building. Do you know who Bradley is?
I've seen his Instagram.
Do you know who he is? Or are you in mystery about who he is?
I'm in mystery.
Well, do you know who he is? You were in there. Weatherman's in here.
Yes.
Do you know who Bradley is? You know who he is. Mm-hmm. Josh asked him one day, how much money, this is Josh's question, how much money do you make a year before taxes? You know, it's a funny skit from a movie, Step Brothers, correct? They were in an interview, and they asked the guy doing the interview. They asked him the question. Weren't they like sitting beside each other, or
Like we interview in twos.
we interview in twos? And Josh, he asked Brad Lee, "How much money do you make a year before taxes?" Do you remember what he said?
40 million.
40 million, about $40 million. Now, yeah. So, zero. $50 million man. Well, the man knows. What man's on his way to Columbia? Maybe he's going. Is he with Brittany today? Maybe that's where they are. So when you're talking to a guy like Brad Lee, who would tell you, I mean, he was a high school dropout. You were here that day. You met Brad Lee. He was a high school dropout, and he eventually got into sales, and he's got a book out called The Hard Way, and he talks about learning the lessons I learned the hard way so you don't have to. That's what the whole thing is. So I have learned how to get where I am the hard way because I haven't paid attention to the money thing. I've paid attention to the sales part. I paid attention to maybe the branding part or promotional part, but I really am very behind on my money. And because I'm behind on my money and I haven't paid attention to my money, I feel very, very, very far behind other people. I was with a guy the other day, and we were talking about how much we were talking about our net worth, and I told him mine, and he's like, "Man, that's awesome." I'm like, "Well, where are you at?" His number was 5 times mine, and he's younger than me. Yeah, I'm like, damn, he knows something I didn't. Were you going to ask a question?
I was going to ask, how often should you look at your financial?
Oh, that's Pruitt Jones, if you don't know. He asked that question. Every single day, I look at my stuff multiple times a day because I don't want to be in mystery.
What do you mean by stuff? I'm sorry. What do you mean by stuff?
You ought to go to your bank account every single
Just
day.
your bank account?
God, wherever you got money held. You need to be so connected to your money because once you're connected to it, you can improve it. If you're not connected, like when you have no money, it's the worst time to look in there. I don't want to look at that. But whatever you don't measure, whatever you don't look at will not improve.
Trying to lose weight without getting on the scale.
That's right. So what I'm saying, Josh, is every single day I'll look in here. I will probably go look at some point today. Hopefully money goes in there, and I'm looking to see where the money went. I need to know. That's why I asked Josh the question this morning. How much money have you made year to date, pending and closed? Did you add it up? Who was more accurate, me or you? Who was more? Okay. Is it reasonable that I should know his number better than him? So the reason why I think this matters, Pruitt, is what you're ultimately trying to change is our behaviors. And if you're locked in on something, it will influence you to do things to get more of it. So imagine if you decided you're going to do 75 hard and you're like my dog Jax, who can't really recall what he did a minute ago. His brain doesn't tell him. So what if you're on 75 hard and you weren't keeping score? You didn't even know.
You're probably not going to be actually doing
But a lot of people, that's how they make sense of their money. Do you know about your money?
Not as well as
Do you know about yours? See, it's hard to say, well, man, I don't have any money. I don't even need to look at it right now. But I think that's the worst thing you can do. And this is coming from a dude that's 48 years old that feels like he's very behind on his money thing. So you need to know how to get money working for you. You're going to make money in, I think, 3 ways. Your time, that's the worst way to make money, because you're very limited. But you are secure knowing I'm going to work for this man or this woman, and I'm going to make X amount of dollars per month. That's making money off your time. That means you're trading your 40 hours a week to get this. What's more valuable to you, your time or your money? Time. But most broke people will pick money over time. Who cuts your? Where do you live?
Smyrna.
Who do you live with?
My parents.
Okay. Well, where do you live now with him? Who cuts the yard?
Somebody else.
HOA.
Okay. Where you live, who cuts the yard?
this kid in my neighborhood.
Okay. Your house. Your house.
They hired.
Okay. So you see, a lot of people will do all these things around their house that takes up their time because they don't want to pay the money. So they've got this mindset that money is more important than their time. Like, I don't do things I don't want to do. I would rather have my time and pay somebody. But a lot of people don't feel like that, or they don't believe that. So really what they're saying is money is more important than anything to them. And if money is more important to you than anything, it's harder to make money because you won't risk it. Am I making sense
Yes.
what I'm saying? To make money, to make more money, you're probably going to have to risk things. So the number one, or the first way you're going to make money is off your time. And then one day, hopefully you'll make money off people where they come in and they're doing things for you and they're helping you make money. And when you really, really get a lot of money, you can start making money off your money. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the example for me is I scale out with people. And hopefully money comes in to where I can start, like in our personal house, I think we paid about $665,000 for that house. And I think today I know I could sell it for about $1.1 million. So there's equity in this house. Here's how broke people would tell you, get your house paid for. A lot of rich people may say get your house paid for. But let's just say if my house would appraise for $1.1 million, I'm going to go to the bank and they'll give me 80% loan to value. I can't go above that number. Okay, so what have I done over the last 2 years in this house to create this amount of equity?
Live.
Stayed in it.
But what have I done? I ain't done shit. So I owe about $520,000 on it. I could go and get $360,000 to put to work. That's making money on your money. Does that make sense? You understand it's easy to make money on your time and on people, but whenever you start getting money working for you. So here's one thing that I did. A couple of years ago, I went to Ronnie and I refinanced my properties. There's probably 4 or 5 of them in this one loan that I did, and I pulled out $150,000. You remember that, don't you? I pulled out $150,000 tax-free, and I went and we bought that Airbnb in Nashville, and I paid $625,000 for the Airbnb. You've been up there, I'm sure. Have you ever stayed up there? And your dad's up there. This was this was John's development. We paid $625,000, and now there's been 6 homes selling there for $950,000. So look at the leverage there. I had these little properties. The old Tommy was like, well, you got to pay these things off. You got to pay them off. Well, somebody finally said, man, why don't you do a cash out refi? I got the $150,000. Now I bought that thing in Nashville. So I really have multiplied. I don't know what those properties were worth. I can't even remember. But now I've got those properties. I got the $150,000 that I put into the Nashville property, and it's gone up to $950,000. So if you can ever understand the value of making money off your money. My favorite investment is that Nashville Airbnb. Like today, I'll probably get a check for $3,000 or $4,000 a profit. Guess how much work I did?
Maybe
I
open an email.
opened up the email. So see, if I would have been under the belief, my old mindset is you need to get these properties and you need to pay them down to zero. Think about that. Would you think like that? Or do you understand? See, I didn't understand how money worked. I didn't think the thing was to take your money, pull out money, and get it working for you. So I want to take money out of our personal home and buy something else somewhere else now. Do you understand this? See, you grew up with a lot of entrepreneurs, though. You've got this understanding. It's more important to know things than to have things, I believe. Because if you know things, you can go get them. I didn't know this. I didn't really know. I thought making money was hard. And if I've got a belief making money is hard, guess what making money to me is?
Hard.
It's very hard. To me, it's just hard. Then I've got a buddy, Scott Nagy, one of my best friends. He lives down on 30A. Awesome place. I'll take you down there one day. And that dude retired at like 40, 41 years old because he knows how to make money off what he's got. He don't work. And he can sit there and his property's pulling enough money, then he's got these tax benefits. See, I didn't understand all that. And I'm still very, very immature at understanding this. But the reason why I'm talking about this and teaching this is because this forces me to get better. And maybe this will help you guys get better. That would be a really big payoff to me, is if one day you guys are like doing this. And hopefully you're doing it bigger than I'm doing it. Because that would tell me, hey, that would indicate to me that I was really helpful and I was doing a good job. So Improving your financial literacy, you need to be doing things on YouTube. You need to be listening to people. You need to be reading books. You need to follow the people. Good morning, Amanda. You need to be following the people that have done this. Don't go with what average people, like most of the time I was getting my advice from people who didn't have no money. But I was younger. I was influenced. And I adopted their belief like, okay, that's what I need to do. They were telling me how to get rich and they didn't get... I guarantee you there's going to be people even today that are going to tell you what it takes to get ahead. They're going to tell you. They're going to tell you got to save money. You got to pay off debts. That's just not the right way to do it. So I am putting much more attention on that. And I want you guys and girls to put more attention on how do you get rich? How do you get financially free? You know, it ain't what's the purpose of money to you?
Just things you can do with it.
Well, my thing is I want freedom. If I want to be able to go down to Florida, me and my wife, and hang out for 2 weeks, I want to be able to do that with being in mystery about what's going on, about mystery of where my next check is coming from. Von Grafton, shut us down, friend. Will you turn the air down a little bit, sir?